Yeah, so we work with vulnerable youth throughout Philadelphia to do leadership, job creation, food literacy, and we work with all ages. And we use urban agriculture as the medium to do all these things. So I started to think, like, you know, how hard is this? It's hard for me to find a job doing what I want to do, where I'm educated, I'm middle class, I'm white, I'm female. How hard must it be for, like, my young black students that are struggling to get their GEDs and high school diplomas to get a job in a field that they want? So I decided that I wanted to do a career training program, and I wanted to use urban agriculture as the medium. The more I learned about our food system and became more aware of growing in the city, it just seemed like the perfect medium in order to achieve these goals. One of the seniors has a granddaughter that stays with them during the summer because mom works all summer long. So she was 10 years old last year, and this particular senior, you know, he'd walk by and he was all cranky and, like, you know, he'd be like, what, you know, like not saying anything. And one day Eric and I are in here. Eric was my 20-year-old farm manager last year. We're in here and he's like, she wants to talk to you. So I come over and she looks at me and she's like, can I help? I was like, absolutely. So we bring her into the garden and I'm like, do you like carrots? Because we had tons of carrots growing at the time. And she's like, yeah, I like carrots. So we pull one off, we rinse it off for her. And she's like, that's not a carrot, that's dirty. Like, the concept that food was growing, that it comes from the ground, it doesn't, because when we see food in the grocery store, it's packaged, it's, you know, so that was a carrot to her. She ended up working with us all summer last summer. She insisted on working at the farm stand. We run a farm stand from about June to September. By the end of that summer, that girl was pulling carrots out of the ground, just barely rinsing them off and popping them in her mouth. Like, and we got interviewed by WHYY last year with Newsworks. And the reporter, I think Erin Mazel, asked her, you know, what has happened since she's been in the garden, like, how's it affected her? And this is a 10-year-old now she's 11. She goes, I like myself more. And it was like, exactly, you know, like, that's the effect this can have, because it's confidence building. It's if we just take the basics of it, where you have a plant and you have a kid that puts a seed in the ground, right? And then they got to take care of that seed. So now they know the feeling of responsibility. And a lot of our young people are not given responsibility. They're just told, no, 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 no. You can't do that. You can't do it. You can't do it. Now they're responsible. That plant grows. It produces food, fruit, whatever, you know, leaves, whatever it is that's edible. They harvest it. That's pride, you know, and then they can feed themselves, they can feed their family. Like, she would run over here and just, like, if they were cooking over at the house, she'd run over here and pick stuff and run it back. That's amazing. And just seeing, like, that's at 11 years old, you know. So imagine what this girl is going to be capable of as she hits her late teens, you know. And I want to, you know, I want to keep in touch with these kids throughout that process, because I want to see what happens from that young age. Like, we work with the young ones now. We work with all ages, but I'm working with a lot of young ones. But I want to follow them as they get older and keep them involved in some of this. So the more we can get everybody, it's going to help that greater cause of helping our young people, no matter where they come from. And I didn't see that at first. You know, I was like, no, direct service to this. And it's not. It's direct service to the entire community to build a stronger community. Gardening's awesome, and you get cool hats.
Yeah.